what you were just saying, like how the quarantine experience really affected me, and being an artist, I think a good amount of us, we seem to be uh, a bit introverted, and I'm no different. I mean, honestly, prior to all of this happening, I was actually traveling in my tiny house, and I was like in the mountains. So I would be in the mountains for weeks at a time, all by myself, just writing. And I didn't even know I was social distancing, and I actually didn't know the world was kind of going to a disarray until like I was probably in Topanga, like right outside of like Malibu and a Santa Monica. It's like a little spot right there in between. And I was coming back down the mountain or whatever. So I went to go grab something to eat at like the regular spot. And I just came in and walked in. They're like, "What are you doing, man?" And I was just like, "I just wanted a burger." Like, where's your mask? Don't you know, like, coronavirus? I was like, what? So I mean, I'm in way in these mountains. Like, there's no phone service, no internet service, anything. I'm literally just with my guitars and just writing and just soaking in the sun. So, when I think about the experience now, the whole social distancing, I guess I kind of been social distancing. So it's in that essence of it, it didn't affect me, that much. But the other part has affected me because it's like this global tone, it's like a lot of people, when there's a lot of people in any type of like mental disposition, we're all going to feel it. For example, if there's a lot of, in the 60s and 70s, there were a lot of people in this rebellious, like, we're taking our stuff back mindset. We felt it. When the hippie movement was coming on, there was a lot of people in this free spirited mindset. We felt it. So right now, there's a lot of people in this, like, fearful, have no clue what's happening next. There's just like the pandemic mindset. What happens because of what's happening right now? It's really not their fault. It's because of what's happening. And we're all feeling the effects of like a lot of people in this more scared mindset. And I've definitely felt it for sure as a creator. So, of course, some of the songs and some of the words that have been coming to me lately have been like more social commentary, writing about that. I know I recently wrote like a song about the quarantine. I actually performed it like this past weekend. And I think I liked it a lot, but it definitely spoke directly towards just what's going on, and I honestly feel like that's what creatives, sometimes that's kind of what our job is to do. I mean, of course, at times our job is to entertain, and that's some people's jobs that they want to take. But I also think our jobs is sometimes during these times of calamity, just to bring some type of either just, I know what you're feeling, I'm feeling it too, we're all scared, or I know you're scared, but listen, man, seasons come and seasons go. Like, it's not going to be like this forever. So, yeah, I mean, it has been for sure an experience. And when it comes to like other things like getting in the studio, things of that nature, I haven't seen, it hasn't been too difficult because that stuff has always been kind of like a solo thing too. So I never wanted to get in the studio with too many people. And anytime I ever did, we had a fun time, but I never got anything valuable out of it. So whenever I go by myself or just with just like a manager, just me and just the engineer, and we just get in there, that's when it's actually really valuable. It was a situation where, like prior to like all of the madness started, I did have an agenda. That was the whole reason I went out there to the West Coast. I was just looking to just focus on music and just get some stuff cut. And so once everything happened, initially I just initially saw that plan just wasn't going to work. So I just knew I had to get back to this side of the country, especially since they were like shutting down the roads and they're doing a lot of stuff. So I was just like, clearly I need to get back to the East Coast. I have a whole family, I have kids and stuff. So I wanted to make sure I was here in case anything happened. But once I got back, it's both, man. I can honestly say, like, a part of it, a lot of stuff worked out well. It actually I don't even think that record Messenger, I don't think it could have been cut in LA. I think it had to be cut in the South, just because you like, if you could hear some of the soulfulness that came through, like that had to be from somebody, other people in the room that's like they've listened to like some fucking Stevie Wonder or some like some they've sat through like some church praise music right there, and they knew where I was going with my ears, you know, and they could feel it. And that type of stuff, you know, would have had to been done down here in the South. So I think it was meant for me to come back and here and do this. But yeah, I'm not exempt from the panic, man. Like I think just being an art type person, and whenever there's funds involved and you're trying to make a living off of something, there's times when there's plentiful and there's times when there's just lack. It's me, just like anybody else. Like I definitely can succumb to a little bit of a panic. But it's also this. I think sometimes in our life, some of us are like kind of have some people looking at us, right? So they might be looking at us for guidance. They might be looking at us for, you know, resources to provide. And when it's like that, we really, I think those of us that are in that position, we don't got too much time to be sitting here and allowing the fear to overcome us too much. I think some of us just have to, we see the fear, and we look at the panic, and then we just have to make a plan. And that's where I'm at right now in my life. I just have to continue to make a plan. And when that one fails, I'll make another one. And but please understand, me, just like anybody else, like this has been some interesting times, man. But I think all times are interesting. when is the time? When has it ever been promised that we're gonna have spring all year? You know what I'm saying? Spring will often come after the winter, you know, and that's just how it's always come, you know. But they're all just seasons, you know. And then after the spring, the summertime comes. We're in the summer, and it just, oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. But then after the summer, the fall comes, and after the fall, we're back at the winter, and it's how it goes. Who wouldn't want to have 9 springs in a row? Let me get 9 springs, 2 summers, falls and winters. You can keep all of those. We all want that, but it just doesn't work that way. So unfortunately, the way this universe is set up, you know, and the way we're having to deal with it is we have these ebbs and flows in the seasons that come with the life, and we get stronger if we choose to. I do believe it just takes a bit of, like, you know, just coming back into the self and riding the storm.